Hey, it's it's trash talk again, and
Yeah, we
it's
made it.
it's getting a little scary, you know.
Super ready for this. I've
Oh,
been
you
waiting.
you I know you are so pumped up for this because this is your holiday of the entire year.
Yeah, I can stop after this. I don't think anybody else would like that, but I'm good. Like, I started early this year. I decorated probably the second and a half week in September, which is early for me. Usually I wait right till October
What's that?
1st.
5 weeks ahead of time or something?
I just want to embrace all of the ghoulishness. And so yeah, I got all the decorations up, added some stuff. Pumpkins are up. I'm deep in a trench of dead bodies in my horror movies. I can't wait to watch some happy stuff at the end of this month. But I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Got my costume. I'm ready to roll.
Well, aside from doing this highly acclaimed show that we do every week,
Of course.
highly acclaimed between you and me.
Yes.
You also write a lot of blogs and all, and you do, what is it, the web TV?
Yeah,
Movie web, and you've been reviewing a lot of movies and sequels and all that, and some of them are really, I mean, I've never been in a horror movie buff. I guess it's because I'm a chicken shit. It scares me,
Yeah.
and I don't want to have nightmares and stuff, but man, the people will stand in line for these movies, and they're starting to already. The movie theaters are filled with them. Almost every theater, at least 3-4 screens have got some, either the old ones they're reviving again, or it's the third, fourth, fifth. I mean, how many times can the Chainsaw Massacre be released?
Well, what's great too about the movie theaters is, so they're still not at that level of comeback as they were pre-pandemic, but they're doing much better. Marvel released a movie back 4 or 5 months ago, and it hit the 400 million mark, which is huge. It's the first movie to do that since the pandemic. Of course, Marvel's going to do it because that's what they do.
Right,
and then they've got another one coming out in November and another one in December. I think we're going to start to see that. But there's some Halloween movies that have been held off since last year that are coming out. And now, like you said, they're just like, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to show the old first Halloween. We're going to show the old. There's a place, it might be Cinemark, don't quote me on that, but they're doing the classic Universal Marvels, monster movies with Frankenstein and Dracula and it would, Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff, and it's really cool. It's a fun time if you're into that sort of thing. Which
I guess part of my fear for going to see these movies now is they have become so realistic and so technical now that I mean, I guess I think Lady and the Tramp was the last horror movie I went to see.
Yeah, I lived that, so I don't need to watch it. But yeah, even Luke and I watch them now. Let me tell you, before I get all these parents yelling at me, right. I don't watch horror movies with my kid, okay? But there's a lot of stuff that Disney Plus did. They called it, I don't know if they called it Mouseween or Spookoween, something like that. Yeah. And they've come out with some really fun stuff. We just watched the brand new Muppets Haunted Mansion on Disney Plus, and it was really fun. I mean, he even said there was a couple parts that he thought were spooky. He didn't like some of the characters, but he laughed. It's not bad. I love the Muppets anyway. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff like that you can do. A lot of fun movies that you can still get into the spirit and, make your popcorn, eat some candy and watch, and it's a good time. So, yeah. But yeah, we're doing that. And he's excited to dress up. We went out a couple days ago in our old Halloween costumes and just played in them. So, yeah, 93 degrees in Texas, and I've got my costume on like Black Panther, sweating, running around outside. I'm like, yeah, this is Halloween. This is great.
So what's Luke going to dress up as?
Well, so this is very complicated. And I'm
How old is he?
He's 4.
4 years old. Complicated.
I'm dropping the ball because typically his costume would have been complete by now, but he's adamant that he wants to be Ghost Rider, who he calls Burning Skull. He can't watch Ghost Rider. He can't. It's not appropriate. But he saw Ghost Rider, the little, avatar of Ghost Rider, and he saw a cartoon of it, which was appropriate. The cartoon is not, it was an old 1990 cartoon, not bad, but he thought this guy was cool, and he's been stuck on it. So we're putting the pieces together for him to be that. And I still got to wait on an order, but I have a backup plan in case it fails, and he's going to be Thor. So either Ghost Rider or Thor. And I got the Thor costume, and I've already told him, if we can't get this piece for Ghost Rider, you're Thor, kid. And he's okay with it. Because they don't typically have a toddler costume of a superhero that's got a burning skull.
Right. And what are you dressing up as?
I'm going to be Venom.
Okay.
Venom, yeah. So he'll be the superhero. I'll be a super villain. So Venom,
Hey, that's the making of a movie right there.
I feel like it's good. Yeah. There's a lot of costumes out there.
Have you been to costume shops, or are you just going online?
No, for this particular thing. We do order stuff online, but no, I go to like Spirit Halloween every year because I always just buy random stuff. I could use this mask, or I could use this, I could use this cut up hand, or, you know what? I ran out of eyeballs. Let me buy a bag,
So what are some of the big costumes for this year? That you see lots of.
Yeah, you're seeing. I mean, you're going to see a lot of superhero stuff for the last what? I mean, since we were kids.
Captain America and the Hulk and
Iron Man, Black Panther, Spider-Man is huge. You're going to see all those Marvel guys. You're going to see a lot of even the other guys, DC. You're going to see a lot of Superman's kind of taking a dive because he hasn't been around much. But you're going to see Wonder Woman. You're going to see Aquaman. You're going to see Batman. And then there's always topical stuff. You're going to see topical stuff. Anything that's going, you probably see a bunch of Joe Bidens walking around.
Right. Yeah.
Or attempting to walk around, maybe some scary Nancy Pelosi masks really freak people out,
Maybe that guy with the orange hair.
Who's that? Oh yeah. I know, but his hair's so blonde now. His hair looks totally different now.
Who knows?
It's that Florida sun, man. It's that Florida sun. But yeah, you'll see Trump for sure.
I mean, I think there's some out there that probably people should kind of stay away from. I mean, I don't think Anthony Fauci would go over that big on Halloween.
It would be really funny though, like I hope to see a Fauci guy just doing this. Yeah. Just wagging his finger and telling us it's okay to go to the grocery store, or it's not okay, Yeah.
And then again, how are we going to recognize some of these costumes? Because if the kids are out trick-or-treating and they got masks on.
Well, hey, Fauci said it was okay to go trick-or-treating this year. So as long as the almighty Fauci says so,
without the mask.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. He's not sure about Christmas gatherings yet, but
well, the fun thing is they got masks out now that have like smiley faces on them. So somebody's wearing a mask and they're smiling. Or I actually was someplace in the other day, and somebody was wearing a pumpkin. It was like a pumpkin face, and with the teeth hanging there from the pumpkin.
Yeah, I've got it's like a vampire one because I've got to wear them at work still. So I've got like a vampire. It's got fangs, a little blood dripping down. I bought it on Amazon for like $6.
You can wear that with the Venom outfit.
Yeah, just go this. Well, my Venom has got a huge head on it. And anyway, but there's a few, Halloween's interesting because it's a time of year where guys get to dress up they get to be children again. So you can be a superhero, or you can just be like something just really cool or funny or whatever. And we put more clothes on and girls take more clothes off on Halloween. It,
Yeah.
it's like, it gives them a hall pass for the whole year. They're like, you know what? This is now called Halloween, and I'm going to wear nothing and go trick or treating and just look at me at the bar. That's what they did.
And all the guys are
That's
out
what
there
they did.
looking for Elvira's.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. But I think that there's certain things like you probably don't want to dress up like the coronavirus. Probably not a good idea.
No, or a syringe.
Probably not a good idea. I think even OJ might be, still borderline. I'm not sure. OJ Simpson,
Bill Cosby, probably not a good idea either.
Or R. Kelly for that matter.
Pass on some of those, especially when they're out there in the street with your kids.
Yeah, I don't want to see an R. Kelly walking up to the door to get candy while my son's there. Okay, like I already know what he did. I'm good. Pass on that. Well, you know what I mean. But there's the like I still think ultimately like nobody dresses up like Hitler. Like Hitler is the number one. You do not dress up like Hitler ever.
Right.
Like don't do it. I don't care how funny you're trying to be. You're gonna get your butt kicked.
Yeah, and you're going to go home with an empty bag of candy.
Yeah, you might be in that bag,
or the bag may go over your
we'll just cut it off. I think those are probably a little inappropriate, but
I still think back to the times when my kids were small. We had a neighbor across the street, and she used to hand make Halloween costumes. And I remember my daughter, when she was probably about 5 years old or whatever. And my neighbor made this absolutely adorable strawberry costume for my daughter.
Oh, okay.
So she puts it on this cute little strawberry costume. She goes trick-or-treating. She goes to one of the neighbors' houses, and the neighbor opens the door and says, "Oh, you are such a cute little tomato." And my daughter looks up at her, and the tears start to flow.
Oh, man.
I'm a strawberry. So, if you're going to make your own costumes, you better make them, spot on, because
you know what's happening too, though, this year is just like everything else. That could be another show we could talk about. Is the shortages too are affecting, and the delays in shipping. I'm not going to get into my belief of that, but yeah, it's happening. But what else is happening is I noticed that like places like Amazon, which is where mostly everybody buys everything, they're having longer shipping and they're having harder items to get. But the Spirit Halloween, people aren't going there nearly as much. They're going on Amazon. So it's having a reversed effect. You go to Spirit and they got a ton of stuff still.
It's just like certain toys at Christmas time and all. If it's a popular costume and everything, you're scrambling everywhere and anywhere just to try and get your hands on it. And
everywhere,
Halloween is I think on a Sunday this year.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Which I guess is okay because it's the night before school. It's always tough when Halloween falls on a school night.
Yeah.
And all, but I guess it's still better than making it another like Monday holiday or making it a Saturday night closest to Halloween. I think.
Well, they talked about that. I read an article recently. Yeah, I did. I don't know how much traction it had, but they talked about that where they were going to make Halloween on a designated Saturday, like the last Saturday of October. So the official holiday, kind of like a bank type thing, like if 4th of July falls on a Sunday, then that Monday is, but they were going to do that and have all the festivities on that Saturday. But I thought a little bit about that. And I think one of the coolest things is, it sucks to go on a Halloween on a Tuesday when you're a kid. It sucks. But one of the cool things about it is having something to look forward to during the week when you're trapped in school. Like school sucks. So you're like, hey, but at least tonight I can go do Halloween. I don't know. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong.
But to me, it's kind of like saying, well, we'll just make a Sunday or a Saturday or something 4th of July. So you may go out on the 1st of July to celebrate the 4th of July, or it might be the 7th.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. October 31st has always been Halloween. Leave it alone.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. I understand the topic of conversation, but just leave it alone.
Yeah,
just stop it.
And if they change it, they may come after you.
It's true. It's true.
Don't you?
Well, and you know what? Maybe the schools could do a little bit better. Maybe the schools could actually think about somebody besides themselves and like actually say, because I remember when they would have football games, there'd be a football game on Halloween. That's not cool. It's not fair for the parents, the kids, the players. Like, why don't you skip it? Like, it's Halloween. Like, give me a break,
Yep. Either that, or maybe you could just scare the crap out of the opposing team.
Yeah, just make up and come out there all like ready to roll.
Come out, in the middle of the field or something, dripping blood, minus an arm, something
That's
like
fine.
that.
I'm good with that. So you got your candy? Have you decorated yet? Do you decorate?
No, I won't decorate because we generally are not home for Halloween because we go over to trick or treat with my grandson.
Fair enough.
Who's going to be a different Star Wars figure this year? I think he's 11 years old and he does a Star Wars figure almost every year.
I love it. Do you know who he's going to be?
I don't remember who he's going to be this year.
Okay.
I know he's been a stormtrooper a couple of times.
Well, because it's awesome. I get it.
And but they, the kids. I think it's fun. The kids do usually have a Halloween at their schools too, and they get to go to school in their costumes.
Oh, they still do that?
Yeah,
that's awesome. Good.
I think some of the schools still do. And what the heck? I'm just in it for the candy.
Well, obviously, of course, get the goodies. I haven't bought any candy this year. Shockingly, well, I don't hand it out, so I don't care. But for me, I'm saying every time I go, I keep forgetting to buy a bag of candy for myself and for me. That's it.
Right.
I gotta do that though, because I have still seen a lot of it, but it's I gotta get it like today when I go to the grocery store because it's almost gone now.
Yeah. And there's like 300 pieces of candy in the bag and all. And so you say, okay, well, I'll buy one for the kids and one for me.
Then you eat them all. I did that last year, but they're like 4 bags.
Yeah.
You know what? A couple things too, though. I saw. So we went to the pumpkin patch recently. I don't know when. A couple weeks ago, and we went to the pumpkin patch. We do it. I was a little late this year because of timing. We always go. I love it. Whatever. I don't. If you buy your pumpkin from Kroger or something, that's cool. But I like to make a day out of it. And I know it costs a little bit more. I'm not going to say which pumpkin patch. It's a great place. They're great people. I left there spending like $65. I am so confused I got 2 pumpkins and one of them is huge because Luke picked it out. It's huge. But 2 pumpkins cost me almost $30. What happened? They grow them in the ground. Like, why is it so much money?
Yeah. And then you got to take it home and you got to carve it.
No, we didn't carve it. We put stickers. We put stickers.
Okay.
Yeah. I gave him a choice. I said, you want to paint, you want to carve or stickers? And he thought the stickers were cool again. So yep, let's do that.
That's the easy one.
$30. I saw a pumpkin at Kroger for $3. Why am I paying $30 and then they charge you to get in?
Well, either that or go over there on the 30th because they have a big sale or something. Got to get rid of them before the next day.
Either that or go there at like midnight.
Yeah.
Get my own pumpkins.
Or go on the first of November and they're all like 75% off and you save them for next year.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, I went to the dollar store 2 weeks ago. Still prime Halloween time. Christmas stuff was up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I left. I walked out of protest. I walked.
And you know, most of the dollar stores are now changing their logos to the $2 stores.
I know. That's something I wanted to talk about. I don't know if that's on our list for one of our 50,000 shows, but
well, yeah, we'll talk about how you know the dollar stores what you know. Has anybody ever seen a 5 and dime? I grew up with a 5 and dime.
well, nobody knows what a dime is anymore. You can't get them.
No, you can't. You can't even get a gumball for a dime anymore. It's 25 cents.
Yeah, if you're lucky, and they've been sitting there since the 60s.
Right. All right. Well, we got to go out and get our bags, get them ready for Halloween, and I'll put on the costumes, go out, scare somebody. And if you got trick or treaters coming to the house, be nice to them, be kind, and be respectful of everybody. And
have fun, guys. Have fun, man.
Yeah, because it is the time of the year. Okay, so go out,
absolutely,
trick or treat. See you next Tuesday.
See you, Fauci.